Stop right there. You're going to want to stay to the end. Will God save your city because of the few righteous ones? And are you one of the few righteous ones? Uh, the story of Abraham, right? And he's like hanging out in his tent and under the shade from the sweltering heat, right? And then God shows up, right? And he has a conversation with Abraham. And it's about the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. And God's telling Abraham about the wickedness that has risen in Sodom and Gomorrah, and heaven has heard, and God's about to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. But Abraham's heart kind of sank for the people there, and he summoned the courage to ask God, Lord, surely there must be some good among them, some righteous souls worth saving. If there are just 50, Lord, if there are just 50, will you save them? And God in his wisdom answered, for the sake of 50, I will save the cities. But Abraham knew the depth of sin in these places, right? So he kind of pressed it a little bit more. He said, what if there's only 45 righteous? And God in his infinite wisdom said, for 45, I will save the city. And this negotiation keeps going back and forth with Abraham and God. And Abraham keeps pressing. He's like, what about for 30? And then he ends up with the smallest number he can think of, and he's like, I'm already like negotiating with God. Like I've already pressed God, and you know what? I'm just gonna do it one more time. And he goes, Lord, do not be angry with me, but let me ask you one more time. What if there are only 10 righteous people? With unfailing love, God replied, for the sake of 10 righteous people, I will not destroy the cities. And Abraham kind of like bowed in gratitude. And so God goes on, and the day of the reckoning comes, because you know what? He didn't find 10 righteous people in that city. The angels showed up, and there was just wickedness in that city, and only Lot and his family survived. So the cities trembled beneath the fury of God's judgment. Fire and brimstone rained from the heavens, and the wicked were consumed in a blaze of destruction. Here we go. I'm asking you today. This is a story for us to remember that God, in a world full of wickedness, God's looking for the righteous few. Will you stand up for what is just and virtuous, even when it seems like odds are against you? And just as Abraham sought to save the cities, it's now your turn to take action. Are you the few who will step forward to make a difference in your community, to bring light where there is darkness, and to spread kindness and the gospel in a world where we sorely need it? The choice is yours, really, and the impact you can make is immeasurable. Remember, it only takes a few righteous people to change the course of history and bring hope to the world. Follow for more.